So off and underway then with the first race of the morning session, and taking the pole for this one. In lane 0, representing Biddulph, is Harrison Barber. In 1, from Stockport Metro, is Benjamin Foster. In lane 2, representing City of Peterborough, is Herbie Kinder. In 3, from Sutton and Cheam, is Joseph Lenihan. In lane 4, representing Leek, is Callum Rushen. In lane 5, from City of Leicester, is George Dearden. In lane 6, from Fareham, is Matthew Sullivan. In lane 7, from Boston, is Lewis Bontoft. And in 8, representing City of Sheffield, is William Earl. So we come towards the halfway point, and the front 4 all very evenly together at this moment in time. Currently leading the way in lane 3 is Sutton and Cheam's Joseph Lenihan. We're not too far behind him in lane 6, Matthew Sullivan. And completing the fastest 3 so far is William Earl in lane 8 of City of Sheffield. Of course, it was Callum Rushen in lane 4 that qualified quickest for this event. 2:22.59 was his qualifying time. The only one in the pool with a time below 2:23. So he certainly is the favourite for this one. But he's now beginning to quicken up too as the race progresses. He was at 4th place at the halfway point. As we will turn for the final 50, he'd certainly be sniffing around the front 3, and he's currently in 1st. So he just holds the advantage here over Joseph Lenihan. It's not by much though, as they turn for home. In lane 6, also going nicely, is Matthew Sullivan. And in lane 8, William Earl slightly dropping off the pace a wee bit from the front pack. But going into the final 25 metres, it is Callum Rushen of Leek who has the half-length lead over Joseph Lenihan. Him and Matthew Sullivan level pegging at the moment for second. Can either of them get that first position? Doesn't look like it. Callum Rushen of Leek, as you'd expect to be the favourite for this heat, will touch in first. His time 2:19.36. Touching in second was Joseph Lenihan of Sutton and Cheam. His time 2:20.17. And in third, Matthew Sullivan of Fareham. His time 2:21.13. It's now time for heat number 2. So heat number 2 well underway. Taking the pole for this one. In lane 0 from Cockermouth is Piers Greeding. In 1 from City of Coventry is Tom Mitchell. In lane 2 representing Winsford is Ethan Jones. In 3 from Pershore is Simon Sweatman. Hatfield's Max Jels is in lane 4. In 5 from Millfield is Alexander Sargent. In lane 6 from Swinbournemouth is Oliver Fairman. Known lane 7 in this heat, but in 8 from Dulwich Dolphins is Willem Costa. And in 9 from City of Birmingham is Oliver Watson. So leading the way at the halfway point by around half a length or so is Hatfield's Max Jels. And no more than a second behind him is Willem Costa in lane 8 as well. So he's made a decent start, has the Dulwich Dolphins swimmer. Max Jels qualifying with the quickest time for this heat with 2:20.19. Over a second ahead of his nearest rivals, Alexander Sargent in lane 5 and Simon Sweatman in lane 3. So definitely the favourite for this one, Max Jels. It's currently going his way as he turns for the final 50 metres. Decent swim so far from Tom Mitchell as well in lane 1, and Ethan Jones in 2 from Winsford. It's all about Max Jels at the moment, going into the final 25 metres. He is certainly the one in the ascendancy. It looks like it'll be he that takes the fastest time in this heat. Who can get second though? In lane 8, Willem Costa Sees on his inside, lane 6, Oliver Fairman and Swin Bournemouth really coming in on strong in the last 50. He might pip into second. No one's pipping Max Gels to first, so he touches in with a time on the screen there of 2:16.79. In second, Oliver Fairman and Swin Bournemouth. His time 2:18.55. He certainly came on strong in the last 50. And in third spot, Willem Costa of Dulwich Dolphins. His time 2:19.03. Now next up is heat number 3.
So having a quick look at the Twitter account already this morning, hashtag ASA Nat26. Tim Monroe cheering on Jessica Banks in the 200 backstroke this morning. Already had a great session. There's one more go, swim fast, Miss Jessica, Tim says. So yesterday doing some phenomenal performances. And Glenn Curry, last day for Exeter City. The swimmers already.
So now it's time for heat number 2. Of course, this is heat number 3, and taking the pole for this one. Lane 0 from Stockport Metro is Harvey Jones. In 1 from Mount Kelly is Jack Hutchin. In lane 2, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Christopher Hooper. In lane 3, from Durham City is Daniel Morley. In 4 from Ellesmere College Titans is Harry Bamforth. In lane 5, representing Bishop Stortford is Daniel Charder. In 6 from Northampton is Billy Pettit. In 7 from Leatherhead is Cameron Mackay. Lane 8 representing Nova Centurion, Joshua Harris. And in 9 from Northampton is Jack Buswell. So they come towards the halfway stage and going well so far. In lane 1 is Jack Hutchin of Mount Kelly. Also going nicely in 3 is Daniel Morley from Durham City. And in lane 5 too, Daniel Charter of Bishop Stortford. But as they make the turn, currently leading the way is Jack Hutchin in lane 1 of Mount Kelly. With Daniel Morley of Durham not too far behind at all. See the split times on the scoreboard there, no more than half a second separating those two, and that gap is shrinking as the heat progresses. In lane 0, certainly looking like he means business, is Stockport Metro's Harvey Jones. Can he maintain this pace for the rest of the heat? We'll now make the turn for the final 50 metres. And in the ascendancy now is Daniel Morley of Durham City. He leads the way. Harvey Jones currently in second spot, and in third is Jack Hutchins. So he's slipping down the leaderboard somewhat. But certainly all about the man on the near side at the moment, Harvey Jones of Stockport Metro. Can he maintain this advantage? He's going really strongly so far. In 3, Daniel Morley of Durham City will try and have something to say about that as they come in towards the final 10 metres. It's just a two-way shootout between Jones and Morley. Who's going to get the first touch? It is Jones, time of 2:15.43. Daniel Morley touches in second of Durham City, his time 2:15.94. And in third, Jack Hutchin of Mount Kelly, a time there of 2:16.66. You can see confirmed times up on the scoreboard there. Stockport Metro's Harvey Jones on the outside lane, doing absolutely superbly. Time of 2:15.43. And now time for heat number 4. So this is heat number 4 of 7, and taking the pole for this one. In 0 from Grimsby is George Barber. In lane 1, representing Newbury, Joe Sherwood. In 2 from Cockermouth, Nathan Watson. In lane 3, representing Whitney, is Benjamin Prosser. West Suffolk's Miles Turner is in lane 4. In 5 from Gloucester is Matthew Munden. In 6 from Enfield is Samuel Pereira. In 7, representing Mount Kelly, is Thomas Brew. In lane 8 from Derwent side, Oliver O'Halloran. And in 9 from City of Oxford is Daniel Jenkins. Very even at the halfway point here. 4 or 5 swimmers making that turn simultaneously, but leading the way in lane 8 is Oliver O'Halloran off Derwent's side, and second there at the halfway point was Matthew Munden in lane number 5. He was closely followed by 200ths of a second by Samuel Pereira in lane number 6, so it's certainly all to play for going into the second half of the race. Who's going to take the initiative and the quickest time in this heat? The ones in lanes 5, 6, 7 and 8 at the moment seem to be the ones that are going to do it. Matthew Munden, Samuel Pereira, Thomas Brew and Oliver O'Halloran respectively, as they make the turn for the final 50 metres. Begin to pull away in the central of those 4 lanes. Lanes 5 and 6, Matthew Munden and Samuel Pereira look like the ones to beat with 25 metres to go. What sort of time can they produce here? Both at it stroke for stroke, synchronised swimming almost as they come into the final 15 metres. Nothing separating them at the moment. Matthew Munden in 5 or Samuel Pereira in lane 6. Who will get the quickest heat time here? Awfully close, right to the death. And it is Samuel Pereira of Enfield just ahead of Matthew Munden. 500ths of a second separating them. Thomas Brew of Mount Kelly touches in 3rd. His time 2:14.91. But taking that one, just went right down to the wire. Samuel Pereira of Enfield. And next up is heat number 5. So here we are with heat number 5. In lane 0 and 1, we have the Basildon and Phoenix pair of Tyler Berry and Harry Fox. In 2, from Wirral Metro, Jack Shillinglaw. In lane 3, representing Team Mercia, is Lucas Williams. In lane 4, from Plymouth Leander, is Frederick Cornwell. In 5, representing Leinster, is Sean Scannell. In 6, completing a triple dose of Basildon and Phoenix swimmers, is Samuel Pease. In lane 7, from City of Peterborough is Michael Lardner. In 8 from Middlesbrough, Scott Jenkinson. And completing the pool in lane 9 from Lincoln Vulcans is Edward Bromley. So we reach the halfway point, and in lane 4, Frederick Cornwell of Plymouth Leander leads the way. He qualified with the quickest time for these heats, 2:09.51. Only 0.33 seconds though ahead of Sean Scannell. So those two should be close right to the death. It's not happening for the Irishman at the moment though in lane number 5. Slight lagging behind the front 3. What can he produce in the final 60 metres to get in contention with the fastest times in this 5th heat? We'll have to wait and see. 50 metres to go. Still Frederick Cornwell in control. But next to him, he's got the pressure coming from Team Mercy's Lucas Williams, and also joining the act as well in lane 2, Jack Shillinglaw, Wirral Metro. It's a 3-way shootout going towards the wall here. 25 metres remaining, and slightly dropping off it is Frederick Cornwell as Lucas Williams begins to soar past him. And the Team Mercy swimmer certainly has the quickest time in his sights here, but Jack Shillinglaw having something to say about that. The Wirral Metro swimmer with 5 metres to go may have pipped them all to it. Let's have a look at the times terribly close, 209.94 the time for the Jack Shillinglaw. Touching in second, Lucas Williams of Team Mercia. And in third, Michael Lardner of City of Peterborough. In the end, Frederick Cornwall touching in fourth, but Jack Shillinglaw with a super last 50 to pip not only Frederick Cornwall and Michael Lardner, but also Lucas Williams to it too. So he takes it with a time of 209.94. Next up is heat number 6. So this is the penultimate heat, heat number 6. In lane 0 from Swin Trafford is Jack O'Brien. In 1 from Hatfield is Elliot Wiley. In 2, representing South Lincolnshire, Luke Elliott. In 3 from Northampton, Matthew Spencer. In lane 4 from Chase is Matthew Evans. In 5, representing Guildford City, Rubens King. In 6 from Chelmsford is Ryan Kelly. Puttridge's Brandon Nabarro is in 7. In lane 8 from Wickham District is Sam Fippen. And in 9, City of Peterborough's Cameron McRae. So we come to the halfway point. Matthew Evans of Chase is certainly encouraging the chase from the rest of the pool as moment in time as he touches in with the quickest split time of that first 100. He also qualified with the quickest time too, 209.46. Rubens King, his nearest rival, getting a time that was 0.37 seconds behind. It's currently Matthew Spencer in lane 3. That's the nearest rival to Matthew Evans. So the battle of the Matthews, it seems, going into the final 60 metres. Will it be Evans or Spencer, or will someone gate crash the party going into the final 50 metres? So they turn for home. It's still Matthew Evans in the lead. Just over a second ahead of Matthew Spencer of Northampton. And currently in third position in lane 1, Elliot Wiley of Hatfield is going very nicely indeed, the man with the pink cap. He is almost level pegging with Matthew Spencer going into the dying embers of this heat. But can either of them catch Matthew Evans of Chase? Looks very unlikely. The man with the yellow cap going very smoothly towards the final touch. He'll get the quickest time. It's going to be very close for second and third, because joining in the act is Luke Elliott as well as South Lincolnshire. He's just pipped out by Elliot Wiley and Matthew Spencer, who get third and second respectively. But Matthew Evans is the man that, for Chase, a time of 209.43. Up by 0.03 of a second on his qualifying time as well. He takes heat number 6. So now time for the final heat. It's heat 7. So let's have a look at who's taking the pole for this 7th and final heat. In 0 from Cleethorpes is Nathan Wood. In lane 1 representing Grantham is Thomas Lewis. In 2 from Exeter City is Liam White. In lane 3 representing City of Coventry, Alexander Carroll. In 4 from Ellesmere College Titans, Hazen Griffiths. City of Hereford's Hugo Lamar is in lane 5. In 6 from City of Derby, Ryan Reeder. In lane 7 from Harrogate is John Wright. In 8 from City of Peterborough, Matthew Gray. And in 9 from Basildon and Phoenix is Reese Nichols. So leading the way at the halfway point in lane 5, Hugo Lamar of City of Hereford. His splits are on there 102.44. In second place in lane 2, Liam White of Exeter City. And currently in third spot, Ryan Reeder of City of Derby, who certainly had a great night in the pool last night too, picking up gold. Here, his aim is to get the quickest qualifying time in the heats. He's currently behind Hugo Lamar though to his left-hand side, but they'll make the turn for the final 15. Of course, that can all change. Hayden Griffiths of Ellesmere College Titans qualify with the quickest time, 209.45. Really not going all his own way at the moment, but expect him to kick in the final 50 metres. He's beginning to do so as well. In lane 6 and 5, it's a tight battle between Ryan Reeder and Hugo Lamar. And in lane 2, Liam Wright of Exeter City is doing really, really well. As we go into the final 10 metres, it's the Exeter City man that is the one to beat. They come with 5 metres to go. Will Hugo Lamar be able to pip him to it? The answer is a very firm no. Time of 209.25. Touching in second, Hugo Lamar of City of Hereford, his time 209.9. And in third, from City of Derby, Ryan Reeder, his time 210.43.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a polite announcement, please, as well. Can I remind you to turn your flashes off on your cameras and on your phones while the races are on? It can distract the athletes. Thank you very much. So I will talk about social media on hashtag ASA Nat 2016. We've got Benjamin and Brad cheering on all the Wolverhampton swimmers. Mary Hodney, again, watching the stream with lots of pictures there and sharing all the joy from Sean in 7th in his heat 5 there. Vicky Banks is cheering on Jessica Banks as well. So do keep those tweets coming in, your selfies, your pictures, no matter where you're watching, all the way around the world. It's hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Our next races are the women's 200-metre backstroke. And we have heat 1. Here we are then with the heat 1 of the women's 200-metre backstroke. Let's have a look who we've got in the pool. In lane 0 from City Leeds is Phoebe Dawson. In lane 1 is Ella Riggle from City of Bristol. Bella Hodges is in lane 2 from Mount Kelly. Amy West from Stockport is in lane 3. From Southport is Kate Forster in lane 4. In 5 is Faye Francis from Winchester. From City of Oxford is Delphine Little. And in lane 7 is Tazeen Atuakrim from Barnet, and from Borough of Stockton in lane 8 is Erin Donnelly. On the halfway stage, we have Bella Hodges from Mount Kelly on that turn at 1.12.18. So just leading slightly ahead from Delphine Little over in lane 6. So you can see the green and the pink swimsuits in positions 1 and 2 currently, but being chased down by lane 7 as Tazeen Atuakrim from Barnet leads the chase for 3rd position alongside Faye Francis in lane 5 as they come towards the final turn. It is Kate Forster in lane 4, the only to qualify under 2 minutes 30. So as they finally turn here, Bella Hodges still has the advantage. Just under a second on the turn against Amy West in lane 3 from Stockport. But over in lane 5, Faye Francis still maintain that level. Between 2 and 3 currently, Bella Hodges and Amy West. And lane 6, as they come into the final 10 meters here, can Bella Hodges lead from the front as she has done here. So they come through to the final 5 and get the touch. It is Bella Hodges who takes first place. Delphine Little from City of Oxford comes in second with 2 minutes 29.7, and Amy West in third place with 2:29.89. The final times are now on the big screen. It's time for Heat 2. Ladies and gentlemen, another polite reminder, please do turn your flashes off, especially on backstroke. It is very distracting to the athletes. A nice polite reminder, please. We want these athletes to be in perfect condition here in this race. It is heat number 2 of this women's 200-meter backstroke. Introduce your swimmers to you here as they turn first in lane 0, surfing the green from the City of Birmingham. Akasulis, Alice Barton in lane 1, and in 2 it's Holly Parkinson from City of Chester. In 3, Avani Gill from Newbury. From Sevenoaks, it's Nina Stridham in lane 4. And from Portsmouth North Sea in 5 is Gemma Elliott. Zoe McKenzie in lane 6 from Nova Centurions. And Ellis Malton also from Nova Centurions in lane 7. And from Romford Town, Amelia Moole. And from City of Sheffield is Issa May Reeves in lane 9. As they come to the halfway stage in that final 5 before they turn. It is Zoe McKenzie from Nova Centurion who gets on that turn first at 1 minute 10. Closely followed by Holly Parkinson in lane 2 from City of Chester. While Ellis Malson in lane 7 turns in third place. Zoe McKenzie in 6. Still has a slight advantage, but Holly Parkinson fighting hard in this 50. As they come to the final turn here, it is Zoe McKenzie still in control of this race, turning at 1:48, with Holly Parkinson in lane 2, closely followed by Nina Stridham in lane 4 from Sevenoaks, who turns third. A really good 50 for Nina. Now over on lane 6, Zoe McKenzie just starting to pull away slightly here as they come into the final 15. The green cap extending a lead, while in lane 2, Holly Parkinson looks to hold off the rest of the competitors for second place. It's neck and neck for third in between Avani Gill and Gemma Elliott. And the touch is Zoe McKenzie from Nova Centurion takes it at 2:26.16. Still, second place goes to Holly Parkinson, 2:28.72, and Avani Gill takes the third place in that close fight at 2:29.92. Time now for heat number 3. So more tweets coming in from hashtag ASA Nat 2016. South Croydon are cheering on Ella Corby in the 200 back today. Here we go with heat number 3 in the women's 200 backstroke. From City Leeds in lane 0 is Ruby Palmer. From Wolverhampton in lane 1 is Jessica Banks. Emma Cruikshanks from Team Ipswich is in lane 2. And from City of Oxford, Emily Ford is in lane 3. Molly Dummett from Newbury in lane 4. And from City of Salford, it's Emma Jones in lane 5. Doncaster Darts, Laura Brooks takes on lane 6, and Chloe Peach is in 7 from Nova Centurions, while Georgia Milton in lane 8 from Romford Town, and Alicia Saluku from Devento is in lane 9. It's Jessica Banks in lane 1 with a slight lead here as they come to the halfway, as they touch and turn at the 100-meter mark. It is Jessica Banks leading on the turn with Molly Dumais in lane number 4. Closely followed by Chloe Peach from Nova Centurions and Emily Ford in lane 3. All these competitors under 2:28 in their qualifying times, so we're pushing each other along the way. But it's still Jessica Banks from Wolverhampton in lane 1, still leading as they come towards the final turn. Close fight here for second place with lane 3, Emily Ford just ahead in second place of Molly Dumais in lane 4 from Newbury. And Chloe Peach just falling back slightly in lane 7 to 4th place, but still a lot to give here as they come to the final 25. Emily Ford now flying down this 50, catching up Jessica Banks as she comes into the final 10. Can she maintain this form all the way through, or will Jessica Banks hold that to the line? They're coming to the final 5. It's neck and neck. Who's going to get to the wall first? The touch goes. It is Emily Ford. What a great 50 that is to turn that around. 2:25.97. Jessica Banks leading all the way, just pipped at the post, 2:26.38. And Emma Jones from the City of Salford takes 3rd place in 2:28.66. Time now for heat number 4. So some more tweets for you coming through. We've got Swim Trafford tweeting it as well, cheering on Jack Bridge as he qualifies for tonight's finals in the 200 backstroke. Chris Morley also saying a good swim and a great personal best in lane 5 as he's qualified for the final tonight. So do keep those tweets coming in. It is hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Tell us where you are, who you're cheering on. If you're in the crowd here, then send us your selfies and we'll read them out as when we can. Back with the action here on Heat 4. Here we go then with heat number 4. In lane 0 is Charlie Jones from Stourbridge. Alexander Livingstone from Cardforth in lane 1. Kira Usher from Russian in 2. Maisie Easter from UEA Norwich is in lane 3. And from Lincoln Vulcans, it's Sophie Hart in 4. Elizabeth Kingham from City of Birmingham in 5. In lane 6 is Kate Butler from Stockport and City of Sheffield's Millie Glossop in lane 8. And Megan Pye from UEA Norwich in lane 9. Currently is Alexandra Livingstone from Carnforth in lane 1. Neck and neck with Kate Butler from Stockport in 6. Coming through closely is Sophie Hart from Lincoln Vulcans in the yellow cap in the centre, alongside Elizabeth Kingham from City of Birmingham as they come to the halfway stage. And the turn, it is Kate Butler in lane 6 who takes that turn well. Sophie Hart in lane 4, currently is second, with Alexandra Livingston just dropped back into 3rd place as they're halfway through. All qualifying under 2:28 here. Very even field of these 8 competitors as they make their way down. With 60 left to go in this 200 backstroke. Sophie Hart and Kate Butler leading the way in lanes 6 and 4 respectively. On the turn and the touch, it is Sophie Hart who now takes advantage in lane 4. Lincoln Vulcans in the centre of the yellow cap to Kate Butler in lane 6. Elizabeth Kingham in lane 5, fighting hard for this 3rd place. Alexandra Livingston got off to a really great start, but just fading away slightly down to the far side. Megan Pye is coming down fast from UEA Norwich. But it is Sophie Hart from Lincoln Vulcans with a slight advantage. Kate Butler in the 2nd place currently, but Elizabeth Kingham in the white cap in lane 5, fighting hard as they come down to the final 5. A touch there by Sophie Hart takes it at 2:24.43. And the 2nd place goes to Kate Butler from Stockport in 2:26.19. Elizabeth Kingham from the City of Birmingham takes 3rd place, 2:26.56. Time now for heat number 5. Here we go with heat number 5 in lane 0. Jessica Teal from the City of Leeds. In 1, Summer Kennedy, we saw it yesterday from Devonshire. In lane 2, Emily Ellis from Brompton. And South Croydon's Ella Corby in lane 3. Emily Evelyn from Exeter City is in 4. And from Severn Side, it's Olivia Butler in 5. Lucy Drinkle from Staines is in lane 6. With Neve James from Bishop Stortford in lane 7. From Devonshire is Kate Dissington in 8. And on the far side, in lane 9, is Hannah Bayliss from Northampton. Currently, we have Emily Ellis from Brompton just with a slight lead. But Jessica Teal in lane 0 and Lucy Drinkle in lane 6 from Staines, really pushing hard. Likewise, Kate Diston down the far side turns in 3rd. But it's Emily Ellis from Brompton in lane 2, just with a slight advantage, but a really, really good turn by Kate Diston. On the far side in lane 8, alongside Lucy Drinkle from Staines, really pushing hard here. All looking around the 2:26 in their qualifier. Can they push themselves to get even further ahead and guarantee a place in the final later on today? Into the final 60 now. It is still Emily Ellis from Brompton, just with a slight advantage over Lucy Drinkle from Staines in lane 6 as they come to the final turn. It's Emily Ellis leading. Lucy Drinkle in 2nd place. A really good 50 by Jessica Teal down in lane 0. And Kate Diston over on lane 8 from Devonshire in 4th place. So all to play for here as they come to the final 25. Jessica Teal down the inside on lane 0, really motoring down this lane. And also Lucy Drinkle from Staines in lane 6, putting the pressure on Emily Ellis as they come into the final 10. It's out of 3 of them there. Who's going to get to that wall first in the final 5? Jessica Teal really pushing hard. Can she get the reach on? She does. Misses out. It is Lucy Drinkle from Staines who gets the touch, 2:27.23. Jessica Teal takes 2nd with 2:27.29, so just 0.6 of a second away. And Emily Ellis takes the 3rd place there with 2:27.70. We're all set now for heat number 6. Here we are in heat number 6 of 8 in the 200 backstroke. In lane 0, we have Megan Bolloy from Enfield. Kiva Quinn from Lisbon in lane 2. From Basildon in lane 3 is Emily Lane. And Gemma Atherley from Tigers Jersey is in lane 4. Representing Team Ipswich is Dolly Trigg in lane 5. And Martha Dooley from Colchester, who turns first, is in lane 6. From Western-super-Mare, Imogen Maroney in lane 7. Polly Painter from Millfield in 8. And on the far side, in 3rd place currently, is Robin Moon from Thanet Swim. There's a blanket approach here with Gemma Atherley really working now to extend her advantage. She turned in 2nd. Can she get this halfway mark with a lead advantage against Martha Dooley in lane 6? As they turn, it is Gemma Atherley from Tigers Jersey who turns on the slight advantage on Martha Dooley, and Robin Moon down on lane 9, really motoring down. So final 75. It is Gemma Atherley with a 108 on that turn. Qualified in 2:21. So looking for a similar time to really push this competitor as she extends her leads. Close call between lanes 5, 6 and 7. All looking for the turn in 2nd place. Which of those 3 are going to be able to push and challenge Gemma Atherley here as she comes to the final turn, leading with a good 2-second advantage. As they come into the final 25, Gemma Atherley in lane 4. With Martha Dooley in lane 6 now, just start to pull away from the crowd for a 2nd place. The battle on for 3rd place between Dolly Trigg and Imogen Maroney from Western-super-Mare. But coming in lane 4, just in with 2:21.12 is Gemma Atherley. Martha Dooley takes the 2nd place, and Dolly Trigg takes 3rd in 2:23.58. We're all set now for heat number 7. So here we are on the penultimate heat in the 200 backstroke, heat number 7. From Wigan Best in lane 0 is Charlotte Nesta. From City Liverpool, we have Matea J. Oliver in lane 1. Jessica Shaw in lane 2, representing Southwold. And from Northampton, Kirsty Wagstaff in lane 3. Emily Osborne from Devenshaw in 4. In 5 is Natalie Dingley from Loughborough University. Alex O'Connor representing Munster in 6. Kitty Snaden is representing Millfield in 7. And from Tilehurst is Olivia Neal in 8. And Amy Banks swimming with Carnforth is in lane 9. Is currently Jessica Shaw from Southwold, just with a slight advantage over on Emily Osborne in 4, with Matea J. Oliver in lane 1. And Kitty Snaden close by in 3rd place. There's Jessica Shaw and Emily Osborne, who touched the wall at the exact same times, 108.25. Kitty Snaden just behind, alongside lane 3, Kirsty Wagstaff. Emily Osborne with the fastest time of 2:21 in qualifying in lane 4, so she'll be looking to set the pace. For Jessica Shaw from Southwold, got off really, really fast as she comes into the final turn now. Has she got enough in the tank for this final 50 to keep that push on? She has a slight advantage, so Jessica Shaw in lane 2 over Emily Osborne. We've seen the times that Emily can do in lane 4. Kitty Snaden in lane 7, still in this for a potential third place. But quickly coming up is Kirsty Wagstaff in lane 3, alongside Natalie Dingley from Loughborough University in 5. For Jessica Shaw from Southwold has a metre spare as they comes into the final 10 over Emily Osborne, who's looking to get in touch, but push pressure down for Kitty Hayden over on the far side in lane 7. But Jessica Shaw touched the first with 2:20.60 for first place. Second place was Emily Osborne with 2:22.67, just outside her qualifying time, and Kitty Snaden from Millfield at 2:22.90. And the final heat, heat number 8. So the final heat in the women's 200 backstroke, it's heat number 8. In lane 0 is Laura Braddon from Maidstone. In lane 1, Eloise Clements swimming for Thanet Swim. From City Liverpool, it's Hannah Kelsall. And Wolverhampton in lane 3 is Holly Shepherd. From OSA Canada, Hannah Goodish in lane 4. And from the City of Oxford, Ellie Millington in lane 5. Katie Byrne from Havant Waterloo in lane 6, and Eleanor Morris from Crawley is in lane 7. Bournemouth Collegiates, Charlotte James in lane 8, with Debbie Cocking from Rotherham in lane 9. Hannah Ginnick from OSA Canada in lane 4, turns first, with Eleanor Morris from Crawley, Avery in lane 7, who turns second, and Holly Shepherd currently in third place. Hannah, all the way from Canada, with the fastest qualifying time of 2:16. So a good 6 seconds ahead of her competitors in qualifying times. So we see the Canadian in lane 4 leading. Over in lane 7, Ellen Morris from Crawley, currently in second place, being pushed hard by Holly Shepherd from Wolverhampton in lane 3. So a good 50 there for Holly Shepherd in lane 3. She turns in second place behind Hannah Ganesh, with Ellen Morris in lane 7. In third place, Ellie Millington in the centre in lane 5. Close by, challenging for this third position. It is the Canadian Hannah in lane 4, extending a lead. She comes into the final 10. While in lane 3, Holly Shepherd looks to secure the second place, with Ellen Morris over in lane 7, being chased hard by Ellie Millington. But Hannah comes in at 2:17.48 in lane 4 for first place. Second place goes to Holly Shepherd in lane 3 with 2:21.63, and Ellen Morris from Crawley completes the top 3 with 2:22.94, and that completes the 200 backstroke. So some more tweets coming in your way from the previous races. I've got a tweet from Nikki Usher, who's been cheering on Kira Usher and able to support. So lots of love from Douglas, Nikki, Thomas, and Drew. We hope you're enjoying the stream, and obviously your daughter's performance there. Vicky Fry is cheering on Owen, who's looking to swim in the 50 fly later today. Let nobody pass, she says. What have you got over on yours, Jono?
Yeah, so she says, Mark, a lot coming in indeed. One from Casey saying good luck to Chantel for your 800 free. Hope you'll do well. She's coming up later on. Those 800 freestyles coming up at the end of the morning session. Mike says best wishes to pool swimmers today. He says go Madison. And Thea also says good luck as well to Bournemouth College Gate School Swimmers 2. Sarah says a well done to Billy Pettit in the 200 back this morning. Just think holiday tomorrow. I think that's what a lot of the swimmers are thinking. Craig says great job from Matt Munden, 200 back PB and final after a double knee reconstruction. Unbelievable stuff there from Matt Munden. A big well done to him. Helen says good luck Becky Franks in the multi-class 100 backstroke from Stephen. Exeter say good luck to Emily Eveling and your 200 metre backstroke keep from everyone back home in Exeter. And also Nick says, loving the YouTube stream, reliving the swimming days. Best of luck to all the Stockport Metro swimmers. That's fantastic to hear, Nick. Keep those tweets coming in. Tim's just sent us one. Good luck to Bradley Gordon and Ben Roberts in the 50 fly later. Go get them, guys. Also Swim Trafford saying, Jack O'Brien, with his only event today, qualifies for tonight's finals with a comfortable morning swim in the 200 metre backstroke. Keep your tweets coming in. Hashtag ASANAT 2016. So it's now time for our next event, the men's multi-class 100 metre backstroke heats, starting off with heat number 1. So off and underway with the first of the 2 men's multi-class 100 metre backstroke heats, and taking the pole for this one in lane 0, S6 swimmer from Israel, Yoav Velinsky. In 1, there's the S10 swimmer from Isle of Man, Benjamin Granger. In 2, S14 swimmer from City of Salford, Jack Sheffield. In 3, S10 athlete from Shrewsbury, Tom Piggott. In lanes 4 to 7, we have S14 category swimmers. In 4, Liam Spence from Kingston upon Hull. In 5, from Chippenham, James Edwards. In 6, from Orion, Aaron Gilbert. And in 7, from Woking, Conor Lockwood. Lane 8, S8 swimmer from Mount Kelly, Finlay Middleton. And in 9, from Colville, S7 swimmer Levi Codlin. Of course, it's not about who touches the wall first in this, it's all about who gets the quickest time in comparison to their respective world record, and therefore will accumulate the most multi-class points in this heat. So let's see what the time is for James Edwards and the points. 564 points for him. He edges out his fellow S14 swimmer Liam Spence, who gets 525. It's 472 for Tim Piggott, who currently occupies 3rd spot. There's the Shrewsbury swimmer. Of course, with S6, S7 and S8 swimmers still to come in, that could all change on the points. On the near side, touching in with 482 and sneaking his way into 3rd position is Joel Velinsky of Israel. A very good swim for him, one that he'll definitely be happy about. Coming on the far side, show support for Levi Codlin, S7 swimmer from Colville. Let's see how many points he can get here. Comes into the final 5 metres or so. 208 points for him, a time of 157.31. Well, taking that heat, James Edwards with 564 points. Also DQ to bring you in lane 1. And up next is heat number 2. So this is the second of the multi-class heats, and taking the pole for this one. In lanes 0 to 2 are the S9 swimmers. James Brown from Orient, Oladaisi Adefezen from Croydon, and Joshua Monaghan-Coombs from Saxon Crown. In lane 3 is S14 category swimmer from Carradon, Cameron Vincombe. In 4, in the S13 category from Worcester, Matthew Redfern. In lane 5, Craig McNeil, he's an S10 swimmer from Swim Trafford. Lane 6, from Watford, S14 swimmer Louis Hines. In lane 7, from Staines, S10 swimmer Matthew Rishford. In 8, from Bolton Metro, S9 swimmer Luke Batty. And in 9, from Rotherham Metro, S8 swimmer William Whitehead. So of course, as we say, not about who touches first, but about who gets those most multi-class points. But Matthew Redfern will definitely get the quickest time in this one. He qualified the fastest as well with a time of 106.89. He's 700ths of a second outside it there, but 608 points nonetheless, the highest we've seen so far this morning. Craig McNeil with 549 points. It's 505 points for Cameron Vincombe. 462 points for Joshua Monaghan-Coombs, which is not bad at all, but we see the last couple of swimmers coming in now. 235 for Luke Batty. James Brown, let's see what he can get, 282. But on the far side, Rotherham Metro's William Whitehead, S8 swimmer, the only S8 swimmer in the pool. So let's see how many points he can accumulate. Show your support, ladies and gents, as he comes in the final few meters. All eyes on the clock. Qualified with a time of 142.14. Bit outside it there with 148.82, but 197 points nonetheless. And that concludes the heats for the men's multi-class backstroke. So as we queue up our next event, the hashtag ASA Nat 2016, lots of you have been getting in touch. Michael says good luck to Katie Moss, Olivia May Cameron, Georgia Howell and Maya Briscoe in the 100 multi-class backstroke. He's sent us a picture there of his watching on the live stream, which is fantastic to see. Thanks for that. Michael Hannah says another final made for Ella Corby in the 200 back. Hashtag Speed Machine, hashtag Proud. And also one coming in from John, so we're all rooting for Ella in the women's multi-class 100 metre backstroke. Says from Grandad Scott and Lockie, good luck. So keep those coming in on the hashtag ASANat 2016. And we'll be reading more of your tweets out as the morning progresses.
We're all set now for Heat 1 in the multi-class 100 metre backstroke. Here we go, Heat 1 in the multi-class 100 metre backstroke. In lane 1, the S10 from Leicester Penguins is Isabel Dean. And your focus is an S13 from Wisbech. In lane 3 is Rebecca Franks, who's an S9, swimming from Gainsborough. And for Warrington Warriors, we've got an S10 in Coral Farrell. Also S10 from Cleveland in lane 5 is Harriet Dickinson. And Del McGuire is S8 from Warrington Warriors. And from Mount Kelly is the Olivia May Cameron, who's also an S8. As we saw in the men's competition, it doesn't matter who finishes first, it's about the amount of points they get in comparison to their world record. Leading this race is Coral Farrell, the S10 from Warrington Warriors. Qualifying time was 1:21. Should be looking about a similar time to that. Also Harriet Dixon in lane 5. As they come into their final 10 here in this multi-class 100 metre backstroke heat. All eyes will be on the board. The big screen to see the points. As Coral Farrell comes in with 486 points. Harriet Dixon is second in lane 5 with 467 points, but Adele Maguire in the S8 scoring 547, so currently in first place. Let's just wait for Isabel Dean to come in on the S10, really fighting hard there with 224 points. So great swim by Adele Maguire with 547 points, Coral Farrell with 486, and Harriet Dickinson from Clevedon with 467. That completes Heat 1. All set now for heat number 2. Here we go with the final 100-meter backstroke in the women's multi-class. A wide range of classes here. So in lane 0 we have Katie Moss from Bracknell, who is an S6. Grace Cooper Holmes from Cockermouth, the only S7 in this race. Drew Stables from Copeland, S10, alongside Eleanor Bamber from Satellite, also an S10. Katie Nesbitt, an S14 from UEA Norwich. She turns first in this 100 backstroke. And then Katie Crowhurst, an S13 from Wickham District, turns second. Maya Briscoe, who's an S9 from Staines, is in lane 6 with Portia Jones, an S10 from Shrewsbury, over in lane 7. Georgia Howe, an S6 from Littlehampton, in lane 8. And the S7 from Bucknagnam is Charlotte Hyde on the far side. Coming through here, Kate Nesbitt from UEA Norwich, the S14, comes into her final 5. Her qualifying time was 1:12, so just 3 seconds out, so she gets 637 points. Here in lane 5, Katie Crowhurst coming to touch in second, alongside Eleanor Bamber, the S10 from Satellite. Katie Crowhurst gets 488 points, with Drew Stables finishing over in lane 2 with 388. And Maya Briscoe from Staines, the S9, with 425. So Katie Nesbitt currently leading. We still have competitors out there. Let's cheer them on then, Ponds Forge. Here in lane 0 here, we got Kate Moss. And on the far side is Georgia Howell in lane 8 and Charlotte Hyde, really working hard to get their points and their times up as fast as they can as they come down. Great encouragement from a great crowd here. Kate Moss comes in with 352 points. A lovely swim by the Essex from Bracknell. And then Georgia Howell with 339 and Charlotte Hyde with 295. We have a DQ in lane 4. So the winner with that with 516 points is Grace Cooper Holmes. In second place, Katie Crowhurst with 488. And Eleanor Bamber from Satellite takes the third place with 428 points. And that concludes your women's multi-class 100-meter backstroke.
So your tweets still coming in as we look ahead to the rest of the morning session. Hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Amanda says Emily Ford, good luck to her in the 200 back final tonight. Whoop, whoop. Debbie says, good luck Andrew Smith in heat 2 of the 50 fly from all at Tiger Sharks. D. Wheeler says, big shout out to Mason Honeysett. Smash that 50 fly. Love Stevie and the Wheelers. And final one coming in for now. Annie's Dawson says, Well done to Callum and Harrison in the 200-metre backstroke. Keep them coming in. Hashtag ASA Nat 2016. So without further ado, it's now time for the men's 50-metre butterfly heat, starting off with heat number 1. So this is the first of 8 heats for the men's 50-metre butterfly. Taking the pole for this one, in lane 3 is Jeremy O'Connor, in 4 Nathaniel Rodriguez, and in lane 5 is Lewis Wainwright. And leading the way is Jeremy O'Connor, the monster swimmer, comes in towards the final 5 metres here, around half a length of the rest of the pole, and he will touch in first with a time of 27.6 as well, a big improvement on his qualifying time of 29.48. Touching in second, Nathaniel Rodriguez of Seven Oaks, and completing the pool, Lewis Wainwright of Halifax, his time 28.59, just a hundredth of a second behind Rodriguez. And now time for heat number 2. Heat number 2, swiftly off and underway. In 1, Andrew Smith. In lane 2, Ryan Wheeler. In lane 3 is Mason Hussett. In 4, Robbie Casson. In lane 5, Sean Patrick McGowan. In 6, George Dearden. In 7, Simon Sweatman. And in 8, Andreas Gurman. Coming towards the touch, it looks like it's the Ealing swimmer on the far side, Andreas Gurman, that has this one under control. As he comes towards the touch, he gets the first touch too, 27.93. 0.15 seconds ahead of Ryan Wheeler of Winsford. He touched it in second, and in third on the near side, Andrew Smith of Tiger Sharks, his time 28.31, but the winning time there, Andreas Gurman of Ealing, 27.93. And we can now move on to heat 3. That was pretty quick. So in lane 0 from Southampton Dolphins is Philip Freshett-Kraja. In 1 from Swin Trafford, Max Martin. In lane 2, representing Wickham District, is Timmy Gullion. In 3 from Basildon Phoenix, Samuel Bryan. In lane 4 from Reading, Alfie Evans. In 5 from Leinster, Sean Scannell. In 6 from Nova Centurion, Jim Fergie. In 7, Cole Hewitt from Waltham Metro. In 8 from City of Lincoln, William Barber. And in 9 from Swin Trafford, Alfie Mars. And getting the first touch there is Alfie Evans of Reading with a time of 27.69. In second is Tamir Gullion of Wickham District, his time 27.71. And in third, Cole Hewitt of Rotherham Metro, his time 27.9. It's Alfie Evans there of Reading that takes it 27.69.
So some more tweets coming in then on the hashtag ASA Nat 2016. A big well done to Callum and Harrison in their 200 from N.A. Dawson. And we have Debbie Smithson cheering on Andrew Smith in heat 2 that's just seen in the 50 fly from the Tiger Sharks. So thank you very much for your tweet. And also a great personal best by Katie Moss as a tweet comes in there from Stuart Stevenson. Remember, send us those tweets, let us know where you are, get those selfies involved, and cheer on your swimmers.
And without further ado, here's heat number 4. So in lane 0 is Bradley Gordon, in 1 Owen Miniken, in 2 Jason Hawkey, in lane 3 is Alec White, in 4 Harry Jones, in lane 5 Oliver Hadrill, in lane 6 Thomas Clare, in lane 7 is Piers Bowden, in 8 Matthew Supinitsky, and in 9 Jack Arnold coming towards the touch. It looks like in lane 2 Jason Hawkey is going very strongly here. It could be any one of 4 that gets the first touch. Will be Jason Hawkey, mid-Sussex, time of 27.29. Touching in second is Thomas Clare of Team Ipswich, and in third from Hitchin Harry Jones. But the winning time that from Jason Hawkey, as you can see on the scoreboard, 27.29. Big improvement on his qualifying time of 28.02 as well. So certainly be happy with that one. Will Jason Hawkey, who takes heat number 4. Now time for heat 5. In lane 0 is Ewan Springett, in 1 Jake Clapperton, in lane 2 Kai Adams, in 3 Nathan Lowe, in lane 4 Benjamin Martin, in 5 is Benjamin Stagg, in 6 Sydney Fenwick, in lane 7 James Woodward, in 8 Jake Thomas Mansfield, and in 9 Nemat Ukash. It's going well in lane 5, Benjamin Stagg and Mount Kelly coming towards the touch between him and Benjamin Martin, and the battle of the Benjamins is won by Martin. Pioneer 79 swimmer, touching him with a time of 26.33. In second spot is Stagg of Mount Kelly, his time 26.43, just a tenth of a second behind. And in third from Potter's Bar is James Woodward, his time 26.86. It's Benjamin Martin that takes it from Pioneer 79. So here we go then with heat number 6. In lane 0 is Joseph Slotnick, in 1 Luke Hollingsworth, in 2 Andrew Rain, in lane 3 is Todd Price, in 4 Ben Roberts, Robert Fannon's in 5, in lane 6 Thomas Howdell, Mark Lang's in lane 7, in 8 Jacob Henson, and in 9 is Benjamin Campbell. It looks like Robert Fannon in lane 5 is making the strongest start, coming into the final 10 metres. Will it be him that takes it? You won't bet against him, he gets it, the Plymouth Leander swimmer, with a time of 25.13, up from his qualifying time as well. Touching in second from Wolverhampton is Ben Roberts. And completing the fastest trio, Thomas Howdell of Nova Centurion. He gets a time of 25.77. Robert Fannon, Plymouth Leander, is the man in heat number 6. His time, 25.13. Now we swiftly move on to the penultimate heat, heat number 7. So these heats just get quicker and quicker then. Taking the pole for this one, lane 0 Lewis Gasson, in 1 Thomas Downs, in lane 2 Matthew Donville, in 3 Matthew Bray, In 4 is Dominic Waldridge. In lane 5, Alexander Bowen. Liam Doonan in lane 6. In 7, Lewis Hodgetts. In 8, Daniel Austin. And in 9, Finn Slattery. Lane 5s and 4. Tight battle between Alexander Bowen and Dominic Waldridge. It's the former that takes it 24.82. Another improvement on a qualifying time there. This time coming from Alexander Bowen of Loughborough University. Exeter City's Dominic Waldridge touching in second. His time 25.06. And in third from Warrington Warriors, Matthew Donville, 25.6 the time there. And up next, the final heat, heat number 8. In lane 0 is Jake Fabi, 1 Sebastian Williams, in 2 Warren Barrett, in 3 Rory Butcher, lane 4 Josh Bradley, in lane 5 Anthony Everts, in 7 is Graham Aylward, in 8 Simon Newton, and in 9 Cale Razor. Coming towards the touch, looking good between lanes 3 and 5 in particular. Anthony Everts at City of Liverpool in lane number 5 with the red cap, should just get the first touch, just 2:25.52 the time for him. Rory Butcher is second from Borough of Newham, and in third from Halzowen is Josh Bradley. His time 25.76, but the winning time there 25.52 from Anthony Everts of City of Liverpool. A new improvement as well on the qualifying time from him.
Time now for the women's 15-meter butterfly and heat number 1. Here we go then with the 50-meter butterfly heat 1 in the women's competition. In lane 3 is Melanie Jones. In lane 4, Chloe Burko Boateng. In 5, Caitlin Bradford. And in 6, it's Zoe Naylor Perrott from Sevenoaks. Even between lanes 4, 5 and 6. Melanie Jones coming back through though over on lane 3. All very similar qualifying times, just over 30 seconds as they come into touch. And it is Zoe Naylor Perrott on Sevenoaks touching in at 30.28. Chloe Burko Boateng from Cheshire takes it at second place at 30.31. And Caitlin Bradford from Wirral Metro in 30 seconds, 0.37. All set now for heat number 2. And we're off for heat number 2. In lane 0 is Isla Woolrock. In 1, Abigail Stemp. In 2, Ella Shawn. In 3, Lauren Brantley. In 4, Abigail Farkas. In 5, Charlotte Robinson. In 6, Mia Maspers. In 7, Erin Donnelly. In 8, Phoebe Townsend. And in 9, Krista Wilson. Ella Chow from Bournemouth Collegiate. In 2, leading the way, but closely fought by Lauren Brantley from Camden Swiss in lane 3, and also 4 coming in, Abigail Farkas from Grantham, but it is Ella Chown that takes the first place here from Bournemouth Collegiate in 29.43. Lauren Brantley from Camden Swiss taking second in 30.27, and Abigail Farkas from Grantham takes it the third place in 30.31. Here we go, all set for heat number 3. Heat number 3 gets underway. In lane 0 is Libby Dunford. In 1, Jade Good. In 2, Katie Hurst. In 3, Jessica Cross. In 4, Olivia Heron. In 5, Holly Pearson. In lane 6, it's Celia Williams. In lane 7, Emma Jones. In lane 8 is Elizabeth Woodcott. And 9 is Alice Dickett. It's Katie Hurst in lane 2 and being pushed by Jay Good in 1, but down the far side in 8. Elizabeth Woodcott comes close onto the touch. And it is Elizabeth Woodcott that takes it at 29.91. Alice Dickett coming in on the end in lane 9 from the city of Sheffield, taking second place in 30.01. And in third place, Jay Good from City of Peterborough with 30.05. All set now for heat number 4. Heat number 4 underway then, all 9 lanes in use. It's lane 0, Lucy Hardy in 1, Ella Beekins in 2, Mia Greeno in 3, Honey Owen in 4, Kelsey Geary in 5, Alicia Kelly in 6, Charlotte Stevenson in 7, Maisie Elliott in 8, Hannah Raystrick, and in 9, Maisie McCartney. It is lane 4, Kelsey Geary leading the way, but fast down the inside on Lucy Hardy and Ella Beekins in lanes 1 and 2. But taking the first place from Reicheneld is lane 4, Kelsey Geary with 29.46. Maisie McCartney coming in, Thanet Swim with 29.64, and Maisie Elliott from City of Leicester taking it just outside 30 seconds in 30.03. All set now for heat number 5. Heat number 5 underway. Olivia Norman in lane 0, Kira Walsh in 1, Ellie Tennant in 2, Emily Spencer in 3, Lucy Hawley in 4, Neola Thorpe in 5, Erin Ishmael in 6, Asma Parker in 7, Alicia Stevenson in 8, and Dura Tinier in lane 9. A close fought battle here, but in lane 1, Kira Walsh currently leading alongside Emily Spencer from the City of Liverpool in 3, but down the far side 6 just comes in at the end at 29.38. Erin Ishmael from Barkland and Dagenham takes the first place, with Emily Spencer at 29.60 from the City of Liverpool, and Kira Walsh from Guildford takes the third place at 29.77. And we're all set to go for heat number 6. Now we're off in heat number 6 of 8. In lane 0 is Rhiannon Brown in 1, Debbie Cocking in 2, Bailey Harrison in 3, Holly Hildrew in 4, Emily Barkley in 5, Amrita Robinson in 6, Eleanor Bailey in 7, Millie Scotchbrooks in 8, Elsa Johnson, and in 9, Isabella Hume. Currently is Amrita Robson in 5 with a slight advantage, but quickly coming into the final 5. It's a blanket approach there, and it takes Amrita Johnson takes it at 28.84. Second place is Eleanor Bailey from Wigan Best at 28.95, and Debbie Cocking from Rotherham takes third place with 29.10. Time for the penultimate heat, heat number 7. And we're off for heat number 7 here. In lane 0 is Laura Brooks in 1, Katie Laybourne in 2, Shannon Stott in 3, Madison Kemp in 4, Charlotte Taylor in 5, Ariana Fernandez in 6, Abigail Burr in 7, Charlotte Hall in 8, Megan Maybanks, and in 9 is Jasmine Ely. Madison Kemp in lane 3, fighting hard with Ariana Fernandez in 5 and Charlotte Taylor in 4. Close touch here on the final 5. But Madison Kemp gets it from Poole at 28.70. Ariana Fernandez from ASA Canada at 28.85. And we have a tie for third with Abigail Burr from Lincoln Vulcans and Charlotte Taylor from Satellite with 29.03. The final heat now, heat number 8. We're off for the final heat now in the 50-meter butterfly. In lane 0 is Emma Whittingham in 1, Brooke Fost in 2, Leah Walker in 3, Jennifer Scott in 4, Caroline Carruthers in 5, Ellie Millington in 6, Chloe Barrow in 7, Matilda Holt in 8, Poppy Richardson, and in 9, Callie-Ann Warrington. Leading down the centre is Caroline Carruthers from OSA Canada, but down in lane 2, Leah Walker fighting hard from Melton Mowbray, but it's Caroline Carruthers gets the touch. Leah Walker from Melton Mowbray gets it at 28.90 in second place. And Chloe Barrow completes the top 3 from Mount Kelly in 28.91. And that concludes the 50-meter butterfly for the women.
It's now time for the men's multi-class 50-meter butterfly heat, starting off with heat 1. So this is the one and only heat for the men's multi-class 50-metre butterfly, and it is being swum as the final. So whoever takes first in this heat takes the gold medal in this event. We have two S6 swimmers in Jan Walinski in lane 3 and Will Holland-Levens in lane 5. And down the centre, S7 swimmer from Portsmouth North Sea, Alexander Goodman. He looks like he will touch in first, but of course it is all about those points as they come in. Who will get the most points? 486 for Alexander Goodman. He takes the gold medal as well. Will Holland-Levens couldn't quite beat into it. Jan Walinski gets the bronze of Israel. So our first medals of the day then going to Alexander Goodman with the gold medal and Will Holland-Levens getting the silver. And also a thank you for Jan Walinski as well of Israel.
Time now for the women's multi-class 50-metre butterfly and the heat 1. So we're off here with the multi-class 50-metre butterfly heat. The 4 competitors. In lane 3, we have Georgia Howe, who's an S6 from Littlehampton. In 4, Gracie Harvey, S7 from Hoddesdon. As an S6 from Northampton, we have Maisie Summers-Newton in lane 5. And over in lane 6 is Sophie Wood, who's an S3 from Nova Centurion. As they come through to the final 10, it is Gracie Harvey from Hoddesdon. Remember, this isn't on who touches the ball first. It goes on the timing and represented to their world record. But Grace Harvey comes in with 613 in 5. Maisie Summers scores 651 points. Come on, Pons Forge, let's get behind our competitors now. The port, Georgia Howell, who's an S6 from Littlehampton in 3, is into her final 5 now. Let's get those hands going. Let's make some noise. As she comes in with her final score of 240. Now, what Sophie Woodward got. Here we go, as the S3, she's into her final 10. Come on, let's keep those hands going. Let's make some noise. She comes into her final 5, working hard. Great support here in the final 5. Sophie Woodward giving it everything in this S3 category. She comes in and touches 315. So the gold medal goes to Maisie Summers-Newton from Northampton. The silver medal is Grace Harvey. And Sophie Wood, with that fantastic performance at the end there, with 315 points, takes the bronze medal.
So as we gear up for our first medal ceremony of the day, let's have a look at you in the crowd this morning. Some of you trying to sneak out before you give us a wave. There we go.
That's hands and feet waving there. We like that skill. Very good. Remember, all you on the far side there, the spectators there, you are being panned around on the camera, so give us a big wave. What's the biggest smile you've got? You're going live around the world on the live stream. Come on, show the world. You're happy to be here in Ponds Forge. You're enjoying this event so far. Love the double-handed wave there. Oh, it's picnic time, obviously, for somebody. Doncaster darts, your flag's on backwards, but that's all good. Come on, turn that around, show the world where you're from. Oh, there's almost a little Mexican wave happening there with that bunch. Even the coaches getting involved, the volunteers, etc. as well. More waving. Oh, the lovely movement here. You can tell who wants to be on camera, can't you, Jono?
Certainly getting more energetic as we go along, it has to be said. Running the vest on the top right, arms firmly crossed, though no waving from him at all. Very stern stance from him.
So as that camera pans away again, almost a little Mexican wave. There's Doncaster Darts. They've got it right this time. That's what we want to see. They will see the sign. Now the world can see it. Remember, it's not all about the swimmers here. It is all about the parents, the families, the volunteers. And also we had a tweet from Tim Munro who said, we've heard a lot about the swimmers. Let's not forget all the coaches. He's done a big shout out to Adam Johnson from Wolverhampton about his commitment and drive. But actually that goes to all the coaches, volunteers, and everybody working here this week have done a fantastic job. So let's give them a big round of applause. Get a big cheer going. And you are now live on camera around the world.
Also, a notice for Grace Harvey and Sophie Woodward to go down to the Amiga Suites as soon as possible, please. That's Grace Harvey and Sophie Woodward to the Amiga Suites as soon as possible. Swimmers loving it on Paul's side as well. Fantastic to see. Will any of the coaches get involved? That's a big question. There we go. Away from those guys. Nice and leisurely relaxed on that far side.
I'm sure those girls are trying to get in the camera. There they are. They were walking too quick. Now they've run off. So as you see yourself on the screen, give yourself a wave. A wave to the crowd. We've got people in Canada watching today as well, so send your waves across the ocean.
One from the lifeguard. That's all right, thumbs up. That's what we like to see.
Even look at that, even on the phone, that's multitasking, talking on the phone and waving. We like it.
Also another announcement for Sophie Woodward, please, to go down to the Amiga Suite. That's Sophie Woodward, please, to the Amiga Suite.
So Mary Horganay, again, very active on Twitter in this competition, cheering on Corey Mary as well, and Alex doing really well. So getting tweets in from Kieran Quinn. Remember, it's hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Big shout out to Jonathan Glossop, to Millie Glossop in the 200 back finals later on this afternoon. And then Colin Booth also sending a big tweet for Simon from Maidstone Swimming as well. So keep those tweets coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the multi-class 50-meter butterfly. The medals were presented by ASA President John Bird. The winner of the silver medal. Representing City of Salford, Will Holland-Levens. And winner of the gold medal, representing Portsmouth North Sea, Alexander Goodman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's multi-class 50-meter butterfly. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winner of the bronze medal. Representing Nova Centurion, Sophie Woodward. The winner of the silver medal. Representing Hoddesdon, Grace Harvey. And winner of the gold medal. Representing Northampton, Maisie Summers-Newton. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners.
Time now for the women's 800-meter freestyle heat 1. Here we go with heat 1 then in the women's 800-meter freestyle. The 5 competitors in this. In lane 2 we have Megan Smith from the city of Oxford. In lane 4 is Meryl Huygen from Daventry. In lane 5 is Lauren Young representing Hatfield. In lane 6, Sonia Halili from Borough of Waltham. And we have Cara Osing from Leinster Island in lane 7.
So 7 heats then for this event, and of course no finals for this. It's a case of 1 swim for each of these swimmers in the 800 free, and whoever gets the fastest times in their respective age category will take the gold, silver or bronze. So 50 medals on offer over the next 7 heats across the 5 age categories. So it'll be very interesting to see who takes those podium positions. Absolutely anybody could take them. Only one 800-meter freestyle swim separates them from a place on the podium. So it's pretty even at the front of the pool at the moment between Megan Smith in 1 and in lane 7, Cara Ozing of Leinster. Into the final 200 metres of this heat. Quickest qualifying for this heat was boasted by Meryl Hishik of Daventry. Her time of 9:41.38 was a tenth of a second quicker than Laura Young of Hatfield. So far, it's not all going the Daventry swimmers' way, though, with Cara Ozing just ahead of Megan Smith. Those two on the outside lanes making the inroads so far in this first heat. Don't forget to get in touch with us on the hashtag as well, hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Good looks and congratulations coming in plenty on there. Pulse Fitness say great swim from sponsored athlete Libby. Make it through to tonight's 50-metre butterfly 12 to 13 years national final. Hashtag Go Girl. Alex says well done to Megan Pye. Excellent 200-metre backstroke heat through to tonight's final. Also good luck from Carl for Charlotte Taylor and Ellie Bamber. Good luck in tonight's finals though, the satellite swimmers. Steve says many thanks to Jackie, all coaches, team managers and volunteers for a great season. Safe trip home from the Tatton family. That is regarding Northampton swimming. Steve thanking them for their hard work. Also Deepings tweeting about a personal best this morning for Bailey Harrison, who makes the 50-metre butterfly final tonight. And Windsor have also tweeted saying a great PB in the heats on the 50 fly from Nemo to make tonight's final. Also good looks as well coming for the next few 800-metre races. Holly says good luck to Megan Gray in the 800 free from Molly Grace and Holly. Pete says good luck Lucy Woodliff in the 800 freestyle. First time in the Summer Championships. Louis says good luck to the pocket rocket, Freya Colbert, who's in the next heat. She says give it your all in her last race of the week. Jonathan says good luck to Millie Glossop in the 200 back final this afternoon. So Mickey says good luck to his little sister in her final race of the 800-metre freestyle. What a long week it's been. Certainly not wrong there, Mickey. Some of us have been here for the British Swimming Summer Championships and the ASA ones as well. So it's certainly been a long fortnight for the swimmers and everyone involved. It certainly has been a fantastic couple of weeks of swimming as well. So the bell rings, and we've got 100 metres to go. Lane 7, 4 and 2 leading the way. Cara Oozing leading the way as she has done for most of this one. Meryl Hedging of Daventry has begun to creep up the positions as the metres have progressed as well. And also in lane 2, still up there from City of Oxford, Megan Smith. So it's a 3-horse race in the final 100 metres. These three have been very close all the way throughout this heat. And now they're all aiming to get the quickest time possible. Remember, anybody can take the gold in these next 7 heats in the 5 respective age categories. It's all about one swift 800 metres in order to put themselves in contention of a podium position. So here they go, they turn for home. And it could not be closer between the 3 at the front. In lane 7, Cara Oozing of Leinster. In lane 4, Meryl Hedrick of Daventry. And into Megan Smith of City of Oxford, who does seem to be slightly lagging behind now, right when it matters. Could be getting a little bit too much for that. Meanwhile, lanes 4 and 7 are still pretty even. Will it be Daventry or Leinster? We're coming towards the final 5 metres. It's going to be extraordinarily close. It is Cara Oozing that does it. And Leinster swim with a time of 9:35.92. In second, Meryl Hedrick of Daventry. Her time 9:36.14. And Megan Smith of City of Oxford touches in with a time of 9:38.88. Cara Oozing of Leinster taking heat number 1 of 7. Awfully close between those three, going right to the death there. Like a chess match for a majority of that 800 metre freestyle. So they expect a lot more of that sort of swimming as these heats progress. But there we have heat number 1. Taking it, Cara Oozing, knocking nearly 10 seconds off her qualifying time, 9:35.92. So confirmed result there on the scoreboard for heat number 1. Time now for heat number 2.
And from Louise Ellis, cheering on the pocket rocket here in heat number 2. She says, the last one, give it your all. In lane 2, we have Jessica Morgan from Southport. In lane 3, swimming for Swim Trafford is Anna Livermore. In lane 4, Olivia McCoy, representing Middlesbrough. And for Borough of Kirklees, in lane 5, it's Millie Boulding. In lane 6, swimming for Grimsby is Lucy Woodliff. That's their first time at the Summer Champs. Got a good luck tweet from Peter Woodliff too. So keep those tweets coming in. Hashtag ASA Nat 2016. In lane 7, swimming for Tawntron we have Gabrielle Youngs, DePatricino. And in 8 is Rosie Jenkinson from Bracknell. And completing the lineup over in lane 9 from Team Luton is Chantel Smith. Have a quick look at your tweets as they're coming in. Hashtag ASA Nat 2016. Brian Sweeney on Twitter again, cheering on a superb finish for the week for Cara Osing. Another personal best. Well done, the young lady, he says. Colin Booth also tweeting in with a swim by Callie from Mason in the 50 fly, just shy of a personal best. The first place of the finals. A big well done to all the swimmers so far this morning. I'll echo that comment, and also for the last 4 days here. Chelmsford Swimming Club have tweeted in, say well done to Ryan Kelly, representing them well, qualifying for 4 events with his final race in the 200-metre back today. Alicia Emmons is watching and wishing good luck to Millie Emmons, and they're watching online, so hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching this at home. And Francesca Whiting is cheering on Rosie Compton in the 800 free today. In this race today, in lane 0, we've got Betsy Wizard from Northampton. I've been competing in a few races already, but Alex Wizard, or Wizzo as known on Twitter, is wishing her well. And that's Rosie and Amy. Send their love to their big sis as she's swimming here in their 9th lap of this 800 freestyle. Also, Alex Pinninger said a big well done to Megan Pye. Excellent 200-metre backstroke through to tonight's finals. So do remember, send us your tweets, your pictures, your selfies, who you're cheering on, where you're watching. And they are at hashtag ASA Nat 2016.
Also support coming up for Rosie Jenkinson in lane 8 from Stuart and Mike in this one. As we go into the final 150 metres, but the interesting battle at the moment is between lanes 4 and 5. Olivia McAvoy of Middlesbrough and Millie Boulding of Borough of Kirklees. Those two are neck and neck as they simultaneously swim towards the scoreboard end, where they will hear the sound of that bell at exactly the same time. Both officials for 4 and 5 ring the bell in unison as they turn for the final 100 metres. Currently in 3rd position, it's looking close as well between lanes 1, 2 and 6. Freya Colbert, Jessica Morgan and Lucy Woodcliffe too. Tremendous swim though for Millie Boulding in lane 5, just 12 years old, competing against Olivia McAvoy at the age of 16. At the moment, it looks like the youngster, Millie Balding, in lane 5 of Borough of Kirklees, is going to storm this second heat and take first position as they will turn for the final 50 metres. And with her nose in front is Millie Balding of Borough of Kirklees. Can she maintain this advantage though as she turns for home? She qualified with a time of 9:39.68. She's only 0.39 seconds behind Olivia McAvoy. So no wonder it's so close. But with 25 metres to go, the lead only seems to be getting bigger for Millie Balding of Borough of Kirklees. Tremendous swim from the 12-year-old as she comes into the final 10 metres now. She's left Olivia McAvoy firmly in her wake, and she will touch for the quickest time here. All about what that time is, though. She's definitely inside of her qualifying time, 9:32.63. Well-deserved round of applause for her. Touching in second, Olivia McAvoy of Middlesbrough, and Freya Colbert of Grantham completes the front three, a time of 9:36.02. More about that from Millie Balding of Borough of Kirklees, 9:32.63, and certainly in her category, that's a very competitive time indeed. Of course, we'll have to see in the final standings of the 7 heats where that puts Millie Balding, Olivia McAvoy and Freya Colbert in the picture for those podium positions. But Millie Balding in particular certainly has done her chances no harm at all, as you can see with the confirmed times on the scoreboard, 9:32.63. It's time now for heat number 3.
Here we go with heat 3 in the 800 freestyle. We have Samantha Gill from Rushmore in lane 0. Ellie Dewsbury represented Southport in lane 1. In lane 2, Gemma Elliott from Portsmouth in lane 2. Maisie Black in 3 from the city of Leeds. From the city of Hereford, it's Hesia Jewell. In lane 5, it's Lucy Nicholson from York City. And Chloe Stennett in lane 6. Represented Avencho. In lane 7, we have Rachel Bradley from Middlesbrough, and representing the city of Derby in lane 8 is Georgina Walker. And completing the lineup in lane 9 is Eleanor Bainbridge from Ellesmere. All these ladies aged between 13 and 16, and qualifying times but between 9:35 and 9:39. It's Lucy Nicholson from York City. Qualifying time at 9:36. Well, the standard's been set by the young 12-year-old Millie Balding at 9:32 for the speed in this heat.
So as we come towards the 300-metre mark in lane 5, Lucy Nicholson of York City is the one leading the way at the moment. In second, a bit behind her, is currently Georgina Walker in lane 8 of City of Derby. Her and Rachel Bradley of Middlesbrough, though, are very even indeed. As are much of the pool, in fairness. But Lucy Nicholson of York City is the one at the moment spearheading the pack. As we're only around 75 metres away from the halfway point of this third heat. A reminder as well that anyone can win gold, silver or bronze in their respective age category in this event. No final for this. It's a case of 7 heats, 1 800 swim for each of the athletes. And then we'll see at the end who has done enough to claim a position on the podium. So it's certainly all to play for. So we're now well over the halfway point, and it's still Lucy Nicholson in lane 5 of York City who is on control of heat number 3. Qualified for this event with a time of 9:36.62, which was second fastest behind Hestia Jewell of City of Hereford. Her qualifying time 9:35.06, but she's definitely not having it all her own way at the moment. Of course, a long way to go though. I'm sure Hestia Jewell will know that better than anybody in the pool. Perhaps just gearing up a late charge. The City of Hereford swimmer. Of course, not all about who touches the wall first in these heats, as they're all from different age categories, a plethora of different age categories in these heats. So we certainly don't get a clear picture until right at the end as to who claims the glory in the 800-metre freestyle. But certainly not doing a bad job at the moment, Lucy Nicholson for York. We're beginning to put the foot on the gas in lane 7. Rachel Bradley of Middlesbrough. She's currently in second spot. In third in lane 6, not too far behind her, is Chloe Stennett of Daventio XL. As we go into the final 150 metres, things could certainly hot up between that front 3. It's looking unlikely you'd suspect that anyone could break into that front 3. However, having said that, in lanes 2 and 0, going nicely, Gemma Elliott of Portsmouth North Sea, and also in lane 0, Samantha Girl of Rushmore Royals. On the far side in lane 8, Georgina Walker of City of Derby, sniffing around in contention too. Look at that. We did say Rachel Bradley of Middlesbrough is coming on strong. She certainly is. And as we make the turn for the final 100 metres, the gap between the Middlesbrough swimmer and Yorkshire's Luke Nicholson has certainly been shredded. Just 2.1 seconds separating them now. It's definitely reachable as far as Rachel Bradley is concerned. So, will this battle at the front between Rachel Bradley in lane 7 and Lucy Nicholson in 5 get any more interesting? They turn for home. And Lucy Nicholson would be absolutely gutted if she let this lead slip here. She's been leading all the way through this heat, and with 25 metres to go, she still holds the advantage over Rachel Bradley. But the Middlesbrough swimmer certainly has the momentum. In the last 200 metres, we've certainly noticed an increase in the pace from the swimmer from Teesside, but it may be too little too late from her for first. She'll settle for second. Lucy Nicholson takes the quickest time of York City, 9:24.37. Followed by Rachel Bradley and Middlesbrough. Her time, 9:27.31. And Chloe Stennett out of Edge XL touches in next with 9:31.01. Fourth position, Gemma Elliott of Portsmouth North Sea. And Rushmore Royal, Samantha Girl touching with the time, 9:35. Bang on the dot. We're taking that heat in heat number 3. York City's Lucy Nicholson, 9:24.37.
Time now for heat number 4. You join us here on Heat 4 for the women's 800-metre freestyle. Introduce your swimmers to you. We've got a full 9 lanes here. So in lane 0, we have Megan Vingo from Carnbury. From the city of Southampton, in lane 1, we have Chloe Platter. In lane 2 is Sophie Taylor from St. Felix School. In lane 3, it's Harriet Lee from Tynemouth. And for the Borough of Kirklees, is number 4, Rosie Hepworth. In lane 5 is Emily Bate from Wolverhampton. And in lane 6 is Rosie Compton, representing Sevenoaks. Safira Gabbiani from the City of Sheffield is over in lane 7. Anne-Marie Hudman from Northampton in lane 8. And Laura Cook, representing Newcastle, is our final competitor. And she is swimming in lane 9. All swimmers here capable of a sub 9:34 in their qualifying times. Sophie, Harriet, Rosie, Emily and Rose Compton all in lanes 2 to 6, all qualifying with 9:32. We've seen Rachel Bradley in the previous race, the 30-year-old from Middlesbrough, setting the pace at 9:27, and Lucy Nicholson, the 6-year-old, at 9:24. So all to play for here for a gold medal in the women's 800 freestyle. Just bringing an update with some of the tweets that are coming in. The ever-present Mary on Twitter again. She's been there with us all week. Send these tweets in. Saying a massive thank you to all the volunteers, coaches, and everybody involved here with the ASA National Championships here at Ponds Forge. It has been an absolutely fantastic event. Mary's Twitter account has probably trebled over this event period time here. But we've loved seeing all your tweets coming through, Mary, so keep them going. A massive well done to Rose Emerson from Stuart with a personal best. A lot of proud parents out there. Again, to echo what a lot of the parents are saying as well, there's a massive thank you to all the coaches and the volunteers helping these swimmers achieve their goals and the gold, silver and bronze medals here over this period of time. The British and the ASA national champions. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Likewise, our officials and our referees. Rebecca Reek bringing in the tweets then, wishing Ali Carr good luck in Heat 5. So Fiona and Rebecca and everyone from Kirkham and Wisham Swimming Club cheering you on. Nice to know there's a lot of support back home for all these competitors here today. Remember, the hashtag is ASANAT2016. Drop us a message, let us know who you're supporting, how you're enjoying the coverage. If you're watching the online stream, where you're watching it, as we bring you all the action today for the final session of the ASA National Championships.
So into the final 200 metres. Currently leading the way on the far side of Newcastle is Laura Cook in lane number 9, but also going strongly in the centre, as you'd expect, lane 5, Emily Bates of Royal Wolverhampton. Also a tweet from Karen on Twitter saying, go Harriet Lee. She's in lane 3 at the moment, time-out swimmer. Certainly needs the support she can get in order to try and push further up here in the pool. We're not needing much support at all at the moment in lane number 5 is Emily Bates, who's really coming on strong. Trying to close down the void between her and Lauren Cook. She's certainly doing a decent job of it well. No more than half a second separating those two. Also trying to join in on the conversation in lane 4 from Borough of Kirklees is Rosie Hepworth 2. And it's tight for 4th as well. Lane 0 and 7, Megan Vingo of Carnbria and Safria Gabani of City of Sheffield. Those two are pretty even at this point. But as we hear the bell in lanes 9 and 5 for Laura Cook and Emily Bates, it is still the Newcastle swimmer leading the way with 100 metres to go. Can she put on the afterburners and do enough to hold off the challenge of the Royal Wolverhampton swimmer? We're certainly about to find out. Coach on the far side for Newcastle, encouraging Laura Cook all the way here. She knows she's in touching distance of this fastest heat time, but she's going to have to do her best to keep on going, to deny Emily Bate the opportunity to pounce and pip it to first. Meanwhile, as far as third is concerned, Safria Gabani is really in contention. The City of Sheffield swimmer is coming on strong as we go into the final 50 metres. Her and Rosie Hepworth are certainly the ones to watch in that respect, as well as Megan Vingo in lane 0 as well. But right at the front, we focus our attention in the final 50 metres to the battle between Laura Cook in lane 9 of Newcastle and Emily Bate of Royal Wolverhampton. Who's going to get the quickest time here? Of course, no finals in these heats. It's all about getting your quickest time done in one 800-metre freestyle swim to be in contention of a podium finish. And Emily Bate has just done that, turning up the ante right when it mattered, a time of 9:19.30, up 13 seconds on a qualifying time, so super stuff from her. Also, Laura Cook, 9:21.71. She certainly won't be too disheartened with that time at all. 13 seconds off her qualifying time. Superb stuff from the Tyneside swimmer. And touching in third, Rosie Hepworth of Borough Kirklees. Her time, 9:27.16. And once again, another improvement on a qualifying time.
Time now for heat number 5 in the 800-metre freestyle.
So this is heat 5 of 7. Let's have a look at who's taking the pole for this one. In lane 0 from Blackpool Aquatics is Alexandra Carr. In 1 from Enfield is Megan Malloy. In lane 2 from City of Leicester is Chelsea Mackay. In 3 from Wrecking College is Zara Lelu. In 4 from Doncaster Darts is Tilly Arend. No lane 5 for this event, but in lane number 6 from City of Leicester is Maisie Elliott. In lane 7, representing Chester Street, Elle Brown. Rebecca Loft of City of Manchester Aquatics is in lane 8. And completing the pool in lane 9 from Kingston upon Hull is Megan Gray. So in the way is Elle Brown in lane 7 of Chester Street. As we come up to the halfway point, the rest of the pool looking pretty even, especially in lane 9, Megan Gray. In 6, Maisie Elliott, and in lane 3, Zara Leilu. Not much separating those three. But it is Elle Brown who looks in complete charge of this 5th heat, the Chester Street swimmer. Qualified for this event at the time of 9:31.31. Quickest time being boasted by Tilly Arend of Doncaster Darts in lane 4. At the time 9:30.21. So of course, just over the halfway point, just because Tilly Arend is in 5th spot at the minute, so it does not mean she is out of contention for the quickest time in this heat. And we have seen many a swimmer in the previous 4 heats strike a late push towards first position and succeed as well. So of course, a long way to go in this heat. Well, the lead Elle Brown has over the rest of the pool certainly isn't evaporating at all. Zara Leilu in lane 3 is currently in second position, which she's over 8 seconds behind the leader. Will that gap be diminished as time goes on? Doesn't look like it, has to be said, with 150 metres to go. In lane 6 and 9, Maisie Elliott and Megan Gray are all awfully close to Zara Leilu. So the battle for second and third in this heat will certainly be an interesting one. As far as first is concerned, 125 metres to go for the leader, Elle Brown in Chester Street. It certainly looks like she's got this sewn up in the bag. Can't rest on her laurels though, because those behind her will certainly be trying to mount a late surge in order to pip her to the first position. Well, completely in command from Chester Street is Elle Brown. She's got 50 metres to go when she makes this turn, and she will no doubt take the quickest time in this heat. She qualified for it with a time of 9:31.31, and she looks like she's going to be well inside of that as well. Currently in second spot, it's still tight between Zara Leilu in lane 3, Megan Gray in 9, and Maisie Elliott in lane number 6. Looks like Zara Leilu just has the headway, but also throw into the mix Megan Malloy in lane 1 of Enfield, who's starting to put on the afterburners too with 25 metres to go. It's going to be very tight between those four. Touching in first though, no doubt about it, Elle Brown, Chester Street, 9:16.75 her time, but what about second? 4 in contention here. Who is going to get the second quickest time? All pushing each other all the way. Very good for the competition. Megan Malloy does it. 9:27.78. Tremendous last 100 from her. In third, Maisie Elliott of City of Leicester. 9:27.83. Just ousting Megan Gray in the front 3 positions there. But that front 4, particularly the 3 behind Elle Brown, were all very much together right to the last. Could have gone to any one of them, that second position. In the end, it's Megan Malloy of Enfield that takes that. Elle Brown, overall, gets the quickest time, 9:16.75. And we're now ready for the penultimate heat. It's heat number 6.
So juicing heat 6 then to you. In lane 0, Sophia Godfrey representing Barnet Copthall. Lane 1 is empty. Moving on to 2, we have Chantel War from Doncaster Darts. Representing the event show in lane 3 is Mia Barber. In lane 4, Shannon Daligan from Ellesmere. From Mount Kelly in lane 5, we have Rosie Holland. Thea O'Keefe from Poole in lane 6. Lots of tweets coming in, giving us support. Likewise, Elodie Smallwood from Pioneer 79. In lane 7. In lane 8, we have Lucy Cart from Doncaster Darts. And the City of Wakefield's Sophie Barker completes the lineup here in lane number 9. Judith Wilson's also been tweeting in, saying congratulations to Laura Cook for a cracking swim and a personal best. It's Erin Lever giving the support to Elodie and Megan Heat, 6 and 7 of the 800 metres. The ASA are also tweeting out about Pokemon. Apparently there's lots of Pokemons to catch around here. So get more people around to Ponds Forge to come and see the activity. As we also have tweets from Peter Ruddock wishing Ellie Brown from Cheshire Primary School's finest. So very proud, Mr. Ruddock. Those tweets can come in, hashtag ASA Nat 2016. This is the penultimate heat of the women's 800 metre freestyle.
We're over the halfway point here. And it has to be said, in the previous heats, we've seen someone take this by the scruff of the neck and lead by a country mile, seemingly. Where in this one, a lot more of a tighter complexion. In lane 4, Shannon Daligan of Ellesmere College Titans is the one that slightly leads the way at this moment in time. She qualified quickest for this event with a time of 9:25.13, only 100th of a second, however, over Rosie Holland of Mount Kelly. And in lanes 2 and 3, Chantel War and Mia Barbie seem to be loving each other's company at the moment. Nothing separating those two. Likewise, lanes 7 and 8, Elodie Smallwood and Lucy Clark of Pioneer 79 and Doncaster Darts, respectively. We did mention Chantel War and Mia Barber in lanes 2 and 3. Well, they've sucked back into the mix Shannon Daligan of Ellesmere College Titans, who was really trying to escape from the attention of the rest of the pool. With 250 metres remaining, looks like a 3-horse race here. And if you throw into the mix lanes 7 and 8, Elodie Smallwood and Lucy Clark as well, We really have a very compelling penultimate heat on our hands. So you have to say it's the first time we've seen in these heats so far that so many swimmers are in contention of getting the fastest time, all pushing each other all the way. It's very healthy competition, this. Remember, they may not be competing against each other, as they may be in different age categories, but they're certainly wanting a place on the podium in those respective age categories. So this competition and pushing them for the fastest time possible is certainly good for their times indeed. Leading the way as we go inside the final 150 metres is Chantal War of Doncaster Darts. She's slightly ahead of Mia Barr of Davencio. Those two have been together all the way through this race. Also in lane 8, Lucy Clark going strongly for Doncaster Darts too. So it's currently a Doncaster 1-3, unless something will change in the final 100 metres, and certainly do not bet against it. Lane 4, Shannon Dalligan trying to kick back for Ellesmere College Titans. As we go into the final 100 metres here, we hear about 6 or 7 bells going off at the same time. That just shows how close this heat is. But leading the way in lane 2, Chantal War of Doncaster Darts. Next to her, Mia Barber. She has been stroke for stroke all the way through the previous 700 metres. And in lane 8, Lucy Clark of Doncaster Darts as well is up there in contention. But throw into the conversation lane 7 and 4 too. Elodie Smallwood of Pioneer 79 and Shannon Dalligan of Ellesmere College Titans. And certainly going into the final 50 metres, we have what promises to be an absolutely compelling conclusion to this sixth heat. So it's still Doncaster Darts Chantal War, who has her nose ahead of Mia Barbers. But will that change in the final 30 metres? Will she manage to maintain that advantage? That is the big question. Also trying to get in contention as we go into the final part of this race in lane 8, Lucy Clark of Doncaster Darts. Will she manage to join her Doncaster teammate as one of the quickest times? But Mia Barber really beginning to kick back for Davencio XL as we come towards the touch. Is any one of three? It looks like Chantal Ward is. Doncaster Darts swimmer with a time of 9:22.58. Absolutely extraordinary stuff between her and Mia Barber of Davencio XL. Belly, anything separating to do all the way. Almost twinned at the hip. In lane 8, Lucy Clark of Doncaster Darts makes it a Doncaster 1-3 in that sixth heat. She gets a time of 9:23.42. Wasn't too far in the end away from first at all. So those three going at it hammer and tong right to the death. But in the end, taking heat number 6, Chantal War of Doncaster Darts. Now time for the final heat. It's heat number 7.
So this is heat 7 of the women's 800 freestyle and the final race of this morning session. Let's introduce your swimmers to you here as they make their way to the first turn. In lane 0, we have Jessica Franklin from Beckenham. In lane 0, Nee Fergie from Nova Centurion is in lane 1. In lane 2, Millie Emmons from the City of Cambridge. And in lane 3, we have Amber Hughes from Hatfield. Over in 4 is Laura Boardman from the City of Salford, and Dolly Trigg representing Team Ipswich in the centre in lane 5. Megan Lever from Pioneer 79 over in lane 6 with Wickham Districts. Nicole Ryan over in 7. And it's Nicole Ryan that turns first after the first 100 metres, with Sophie Hall representing Gloucester in 8. And from Stockport in 9 is Alicia Hawkins. So 200 gone, and it is Nicole Ryan from Wickham District over in lane 7, leading only by a second against Laura Boardman from the City of Salford over in lane 4, and then Sophie Hall from Gloucester in lane 8, driving hard. Qualifying times ranging from 9:14 to 9:23. And it is Laura Boardman in lane 4 with City of Salford with the fastest time of 9:14 flat. And she's currently in second place, just behind Nicole Ryan. Nicole Ryan qualified with a 9:18.44. Remember, through the social media, do keep your tweets coming through. This might be the final session, of the final race of this morning's session. We are back later on with the finals. So we'll look forward to joining you here in Ponds Forge and on the live stream later on this evening. So remember, it's hashtag ASA Nat 2016. And keep those tweets coming thick and fast. So we come to the halfway stage, and it's still Nicole Ryan from Wickham District over in lane 7 with the green cap leading, but only by a fraction here. And it's Laura Boardman in lane 4, keeping her company in the yellow swim cap. 4-second gap then to Amber Hughes in 3rd place, and Jessica Franklin from Beckenham over in lane 0, currently in 4th. A tight affair there for the final places. A good 50 there for Laura Boardman, starting to pick the pace up. She now takes the lead. Only by 600th of a second. So 6 to go. It's still Laura Boardman and Nicole Ryan in front. They've got a good 5 metres on Amber Hughes from Hatfield. And then over in lane 9, Alicia Hawkins chasing on for 3rd place. And Jessica Franklin fighting hard with Alicia Hawkins. So either side of the pool in contention for this 3rd place, alongside Amber Hughes, but it's Laura Boardman and Nicole Ryan still with the lead. They turn at 6:15 and 6:16 respectively. It's a good 5-second advantage.
Well, with this being the final heat, you'd expect these swimmers to know what time they've got to beat in their different age categories in order to get a place on the podium, and that will certainly be spurring them on to produce the best time possible here in the pool. Certainly inspiring Laura Boardman in lane 4 of City of Salford at the moment. Also, Nicole Wright in 7 from Wickham District. Those two going very, very nicely. And seemingly in control going into the final 150 metres. Eyeing up whatever time they have to beat in their age categories. Both in the same age category, 17 years and over. So they're more or less going against each other as well as the clock. Certainly a battle that should go right down to the death, as they will hear the bell at more or less the same time. So here we go, both encountering their final 100 metres now. Laura Boardman in 4 and Nicole Ryan in 7. This could be the one that decides which one of them gets on the podium. So it's really crucial between these two in the same age category. Which one is going to take the glory in this final heat? Laura Boardman qualified with a time of 9:14 dead. So you'd expect her to be the favourite between these two. But Nicole Ryan will definitely have something to say about that. She's done really well so far in the first 750 metres. What has she got left in the final 50 to take a potential position on the podium under the nose of Laura Boardman? And just leading that going into the final 50 is Nicole Ryan in lane 7 of Wickham District. So this is where it all counts, the final 25 metres. Previous 775 have all come down to this moment here, and it is Nicole Ryan who seems to be getting stronger and stronger for Wickham District. She's doing really, really well here. Laura Boardman's lead has completely evaporated, and Nicole Ryan will get the fastest time in the final heat. Will it be enough for a podium position? We will find out in a few moments' time. 9:06.49 the time there. Laura Boardman's 9:08.27. Touching in third, Alicia Hawkins of Stockport Metro. Her time 9:16.2. She's just ahead of Amber Hughes of Hatfield. But certainly a very interesting finish there. With 50 metres to go, it looked like Laura Boardman had it in the bag. But Nicole Ryan sneaked round her and got the quickest time in the final heat. 9:06.49 there. Will it be enough for gold? This is just an announcement for Maisie Elliott, Emily Bate and Megan Gregg to go down to the Amiga Suite as soon as possible, please. That's Maisie Elliott, Emily Bate and Megan Gregg to the Amiga Suite as soon as possible. Just another announcement for Maisie Elliott and Megan Gray to go down to the Amiga Suite as soon as possible, please. That's Maisie Elliott and Megan Gray to the Timing Suite.
Also, congratulations coming through on the Twitter feed again, ASA Nash 2016. Good luck to William from Dulwich Dolphins and Helen Reesback saying awesome swim for the girls from the Doncaster Darts in the 800 free. Also tweets from the RWS Elite Swimming and Newcastle Swim Team and the Enfield Swim Team cheering on their teammates. So keep those tweets coming in. Remember, it's hashtag ASA Nat 2016. I want to see lots more tweets coming through of where you are, who you're cheering on. And remember, get those selfies involved, just like Poole Swimmer Club have done with Theo O'Keefe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 800-meter freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 12-13 years category, representing Kingston upon Hull, Megan Gray. And in the 14 years category, representing Newcastle, Laura Cook. The winners of the silver medals. In the 12 to 13 years category, representing City of Leicester, Maisie Elliott. And in the 14 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton, Emily Bate. The winners of the gold medals. In the 12 to 13 years category, representing Middlesbrough, Rachel Bradley. And in the 14 years category, representing Chester Street, Elle Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Just an announcement for Alicia Hawkins, Chantel Waugh, Mia Barber, Lucy Nicholson, Thea O'Keefe, Olivia McAvoy, Nicole Ryan, Laura Boardman and Amber Hughes to the timing suite as soon as possible, please. That's Alicia Hawkins, Chantel Waugh, Mia Barber, Lucy Nicholson, Thea O'Keefe, Olivia McAvoy, Nicole Ryan, Laura Boardman and Amber Hughes to the timing suite as soon as possible.
So looking at the ASA Nat 2016 hashtag, we got Mickey Gurley there celebrating a smashing a PB for Sammy Girl. A great swim, lots of love for you out there. Also Reed cheering on Ali Carr in the 800 free earlier on from today. And as always, Mary, quick on the fingers here on Twitter and saying a massive thank you to everybody involved and put this event on here at the ASA National Championships. Costa Swim Club just firing in with a late tweet there to hashtag ASA Nat 2016 to Ellen and Shannon, both in the 50 fly final. Congratulations.
Just another announcement for Chantel War, Mia Barber and Laura Boardman, please, to the time in suites as soon as possible. Thank you.
Chestnut Swimming Club just firing in a tweet for hashtag Team Chestnuts. It's Chloe Burko-Bertang from Cheshire in the final of the 50 fly. Say, go Chloe. So lots more tweets and support coming for the races coming later this evening on the final session of the 2016 ASA National Champions here in Ponds Forge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 800 metre freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA West Midlands President Bernard Simpkins. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 15 years category, representing Deventio XL, Mia Barber. In the 16 years category, representing Middlesbrough, Olivia McAvoy. And in the 17 years and over category, representing Hatfield, Amber Hughes. The winners of the silver medals. In the 15 years category, representing Doncaster Darts, Chantel War. In the 16 years category, representing Poole, Thea O'Keefe. And in the 17 years and over category, representing City of Salford, Laura Boardman. The winners of the gold medals. In the 15 years category, representing Stockport Metro, Alicia Hawkins. In the 16 years category, representing York City, Lucy Nicholson. And in the 17 years and over category, representing Wickham District, Nicole Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. So just to mark your card for the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the warm-up will start at 1:30 ahead of the final session at 3 o'clock tonight. So that's a 1:30 warm-up, and the start of the evening session is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So once again, thanks for your support this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That brings to us the end of the morning session. As I say, join us back at 3 o'clock for the afternoon session. But for now, I'd like to thank you and also our officials as we invite you to leave the pool side.